Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Mech Merlin. Tonight we'll be building the KBD75v2. I think this might be the fourth one I've ever built on stream. Fortunately, each and every time it's been a different configuration, different plate, different switch. So yeah, it's still a relatively new build for me. Let's see, who is online tonight? I see, let's scroll up to the top here. I see Chef D. Cartier, Javon, who else? Funk Session, Xenophobia, War, Forge Speed, Lump Space Squid, Mo AK, and Spare Time. Thank you. Thanks guys for joining in. And at this time, I'd like to give a short thank you to everyone who subscribed or followed before the stream went live. Let's see. The list is quite long. I see a Wilson Shu, Alfonso Rojas, Muhammad Miran bin JK, Tanatia, David Stair, Jeffrey Kung, Don Alfred. I can't read Hangul, but person with the Hangul name, thank you for subscribing. ML, Franklin Nguyen, Aesthetic, Peter Razook, and Joel S. and Christian. Thanks guys. Thank you so much for following and for subscribing. All right. Let's see, tonight's drink is just a little boring actually. I've ran out of my tea and I figured I should drink more water. So tonight is just plain old water. Nothing special, just tap water. Tap water, here in Washington State, we have some of the cleanest tap water available, and in many cases it's actually safer to drink than bottled water. Alright, let's pull out this PCB, but first, let's turn on some tunes. Where are my tunes at? Here we go. There we go, let's see. I see a Funk Session redeemed Ask Me Anything, but all he said was good evening. And Xenophobia did a hydrate. Here we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, let's pull out this PCB. Oh wait, before I do the PCB, guys, this is really cool. I've personally wanted this set for a long time, and I didn't think I'd ever see it until I bought it, right? But check it out. This is ePBT, the brand, the manufacturer, but the material is ABS. This is ePBT double shot ABS Olivetti, right there. Kind of a Triumph Adler kind of look, so I don't really agree with the Olivetti name. But here we go. There it is. Pretty cool. I'm glad that I have this in my possession, because depending on how it types and how it feels, I'll probably buy my own set. Pretty cool. But yeah, let's pull out that PCB. And this time, if you guys remember my first KBD75 build, just a week or two ago, it did not have any screws. But today this one has screws. We can actually finish the board. But yeah, for a Funk Session, if you're still online, you can ask me anything since you did redeem it. Hey look, screws. It's got screws. And feet. Aluminum plate. Case foam, and the PCB itself right here. PCB itself. What we'll need is just a PCB. We just need the PCB. And customer has asked me to lube and film about 90 Gateron black inks. Here we go. Check it out. Look at that. Yeah, these were the ones that I was lubing and filming on Tuesday, actually. You wonder what the date stamp is on the PCB sleeve? 6/27. June 27. Is that manufacture date? Is that receive date? Is that... who knows? Who knows? We don't know. We don't know. Customer also bought these stickers. Where are they? Here we go. Stickers. These are essentially Band-Aid mods. Custom Band-Aid mod. Instead of using a Band-Aid, it's an actual sticker. I don't think they work. So, talked with the customer already. I said I do not recommend. Do not recommend. Yeah, this is definitely a... does feel kind of like a Band-Aid. Alright. Okay, so just like how we did with the first KBD75, or not the first one, but the previous KBD75, we're first going to test the PCB and then reflash it. And someone was complaining the other day that even though I reflashed it and cleared the EEPROM, I didn't show how to do that on stream. So when we get to that part, I will be more thorough. Let's see. Kudsai Kiji says, greetings to you too. Tasty says, why not recommend the KBD fans Band-Aids? Just because Band-Aid mod is literally a Band-Aid for poor lubing practices. Let's see. Bro Timmy says, howdy to you too. Do all KBD boards need to be reflashed or just a KBD75? I actually don't know, but I've seen this particular issue on the KBD75 and the DZ60. Basically, any PCB that had something in the EEPROM, either a RGB setting, either a particular macro, I guess, you know. All right, so first and foremost, let's make sure that the PCB works. Kudsai got the GMK Merlin Extra Base Kit. Congratulations. Glad you picked it up. There we go. Let's open up a VIA really quick. VIA tester. There we go. Alright, where is my little handy dandy wire? Okay, so it's detecting it as KBD75v2. That's already good. That's good. So perfect. Let's do that. There we go. Escape key. Perfect. So far so good on the function row. Oh yeah, F11 didn't trigger, but it did move all my windows around, so I know it's working. Know it's working. Oh yeah, these guys, these ones always trip me up. Let's configure them to be something easier. Let's do ABC. How about that? Easy peasy. Key tester. A, B, C. Great, great, great. See, people are talking about the GMMK75. Yeah, I hope to get one too. And since it's not a group buy, we should be good, right? Everyone should be able to get one. No rushing, no feeling like you left out, no bots, you know, all that stuff. Good price too, 170 bucks. I was joking on the KBD fans Discord that when it comes time to build mine, I'm gonna call it the Consolation 75. Just because I lost out on the Satisfaction 75, so it's kind of like my consolation price. Mr. Bojangles says, are they sending you a review unit? I don't know. Maybe. I should probably ask, right? Alright. So far, so good. Always a good sign. Yeah, if you guys are new to building keyboards, always make sure that your PCB works before you start soldering. Before anything, really, you know? This is the kind of stuff that you can't really turn the clock back on if you've already soldered all your switches, only to find that one or two positions are broken, or if your whole PCB is dead. It's not fun. Alright, we're on the last row. Perfect. So I know one of these are going to be a FN key. Or not, actually. According to the key map, there's no MO key here. Okay. It says Control, Win, and Alt. Perfect. Oh, there goes Alt. There's the Win. And there's the Control. There we go. Perfect. There. Whole PCB works. Whole PCB works. We can actually get back to the flashing now. Let's see. Okay, so this is the reason why you want to flash your KBD75. I'm actually going to probably cut this part of the stream and put it as a separate video on YouTube so people can like directly reference it. So here we go. This is the problem you will see, right? You plug it in, RGB looks fine and dandy, right? But then when you open up VIA, this is what happens. This is what happens. You go to your lighting, and then you attempt to change your underglow, right? You attempt to change your underglow to solid color, and you try and make it green, but nothing's happening. Let's try light blue, red, yellow, red, pink. Doesn't change at all. And you're like, wait, is there something wrong with my RGB? No, it's not your RGB that's wrong, actually. What's happened is that VIA does a lot of their changes. Like, it stores the key map and everything on its EEPROM. The original KBD fans firmware probably has like RGB settings that are saved onto it. In QMK, settings like these are stored on the EEPROM. So when you have QMK settings and VIA settings all on the EEPROM, they just end up colliding with each other and stuff just doesn't happen. So the way that you want to fix this is first clear that EEPROM and then reflash. So here we go. Free to Play says, are you programming the wrong PCB? I saw Waldo. Waldo is this PCB. This is the KBD fans PCB. Alright, so what you want to do is open up QMK Toolbox. So here we go, QMK Toolbox, just like that, right? Just like that. Plug in your PCB. Plug in your PCB. Hopefully you still have it in just PCB form. You haven't assembled your board already. Press the reset button. On the KBD75, the reset button is on your right here, right underneath the microcontroller. Press it once. Boom. You do that to enter bootloader mode, and if you did it correctly, you'll see a little message here on QMK Toolbox saying Atmel DFU device connected, right? At the bottom left here, you'll see this large button called Clear EEPROM. Press that, and it'll do its magic. There we go, see? Erasing flash success, blah, blah, blah. Erasing everything, perfect. Now you're ready to reflash your board with VIA firmware or QMK. Well, in this particular case, we're trying to get VIA working, so please flash it with VIA enabled firmware. You can follow my videos, or pretty much just go to caniusevia.com and look at the instructions there. So yeah, here, I'm just gonna flash it really quick with VIA enabled firmware. And because I'm paranoid, I don't know what state it is right now, so I'm just going to unplug it again. Plug the board back in. Press the reset button once again to go back into bootloader mode. And then flashing the board. Dum, da, dum, da, dum. It's compiling the VIA key map right now. And the board's flashed. As you guys can see, the lights all turned on. So we no longer need QMK Toolbox. Let's go back to using VIA. Here, right? Okay. If we did this correctly, you should be able to change the underglow color to anything you want. So let's change it to yellow. And it's still not working for some odd reason. Oh wait, no, this is Waldo. There we go. Let's move it here. There we go. It's working now. Here we go. Doot, doot, doot. Changing as we please. And you can change it to breathing. All that good stuff. So yeah, that's how you change it. You need QMK Toolbox. Alright, we can now safely build this board. Kiwi King, rating with a party of 17. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There we go. Let's see, if you guys are joining me for the very first time, I build keyboards like pretty much like every streamer in our community right now. But I also do lots of news streams and also programming streams if you're interested in it, in the entire QMK or VIA porting process. How's the build coming along? I have verified that the PCB works, and I have flashed it with the newest VIA firmware and fixed the bug in which you couldn't control any of the RGB lighting. So yeah, we're good. We are good. Now we are going to install stabilizers. Unfortunately, my customer chose to use regular cherry stabilizers, so that's what we have today, but they are at least screw-ins. There we go. Let me grab the actual screws. We grab the actual screws and the washers that KBD fans provided. Well, Javon, as long as you are respectful to everyone on chat, you won't get banned. What plate is being used? The plate being used is aluminum. There we go, these are the screws. And these are the little rubber washers that KBD fans has. Maybe they're not rubber, maybe they're just plastic. Hard to see. Hard to see. Alright, here we go. What color is the KBD? It's a silver one. The KBD75. JK Keep says, hey, hello to you too. Alright, let's screw in these stabilizers. I have already pre-lubed and pre-clipped them before the stream. I feel like these are awfully large washers. They work. They work. Nothing bad about them. Bro Timmy subscribed with Prime. Subscribed for 3 months and on a 3-month streak. Dude, thank you. Thank you very much. You're waiting on KBD fans to send you a fixed PCB because it died on you? Man, that sucks. Which PCB did you have? I'm gonna guess that your PCB might have succumbed to ESD damage. That seems to be a very common thing these days. It's the one that I'm using, KBD75. Kiwi says, a row died on you. Row would work when tested, but would not work when a keystroke would be pressed. That's very odd. Could be a soldering issue, who knows? Last 2 screws. Why is it not coming out? Have I been watching the election? Off and on. Ah. I did not know that KBD fans actually provided washers with their screw and stabs anymore. It's pretty cool. There we go. Got all of them in. Let's actually test if the stabs work. Test that the stabs work. Let's grab that aluminum plate. Freedom says, do you have backup pads in case your Merlin hat ever wears out or gets lost? Yes, I do. Keep Noob rating with the party of 5. Dude, thank you. Thank you for sending your watchers my way. And here we go. So you guys can see, I put the enter key in the wrong spot. This is why you should always check before you start soldering. Bon Boy redeemed hydrate. Here we go. Thank you very much. Easy fix. We can just move over the stab. Goes in like that. There we go. Yeah, with this PCB, you can actually have numpad support, so everything gets shifted to the left by like 1 or 2 columns. Yeah. What are my thoughts on the GMMK Pro? I really wish GMMK the best, because if they're successful, this is a big deal for our community. I'm really hoping that it's going to be a very decent board, to be honest. But we will see when I get a chance to building it. Okay. Go, let's put in some switches. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Put some in. You wonder if it's going to come with QMK or VIA preloaded. Probably VIA. At least I hope it's VIA, otherwise we're going to have a lot of people in QMK chat asking for help. Test out the backspace. Test out the enter. Test out the shift key. And test out the space bar. Oh. Okay. Yep, space bars feel good. I mean, sorry, stabilizers feel good. And I did put the space bar one in the wrong spot. Always happens. It's bound to happen. Okay, it needs to be that one. Not bad, not bad. Okay, looks good, looks good. Okay, let's put all the rest of the switches in. See, Xenophobia says, undercuts all the community 75s by quite a bit. which you expect from a large company. Yep. No, they probably have, you know, one of the things that really sucks in our community is no single vendor is able to be like, GMK set, right? I don't have money to drop 600,000 units, you know? Oh man. Whew. There we go. Okay. We're good. We can now put switches in the whole board. We lower the brightness settings here so the plate isn't reflecting all of the light. Dang. Oops. Yeah, I will definitely order one. If I can't get one as a review unit, I'll definitely order one. "75% is like one of my favorite layouts, so just have to do it. And now since I've got lots of money because I missed out on the Satisfaction 75 group buy, can definitely order one. You know, like, Slato, I thank you for that, but a lot of people in the keyboard community as a whole have not actually heard of me, but they've probably heard of my video, they just haven't heard of me. Yeah, I'd say I'm probably one of the more technical streamers in our community. I can critique a lot more things than your average streamer. Xenovarb said, "Lots of money, System Man who just had to buy a car." Well, if only you could get loans out for keyboards, right? Okay, let's see. This is turning out to be one of those plates that I may need to clip the switches in first. Let's redo this. The plate is too tight. With very flexible plates, when you're trying to make sure that the switch is flush with the plate, it tends to bend so much that you can't be absolutely sure that the switch is flush. So the way to do that, in my opinion, is to seat it into the plate first before you put it into the keyboard. I'm just going to do that really quick here. There we go. I took the PCB off. And we're just going to put it all into the plate. Ozzy says, "Good afternoon." Good afternoon to you. It's actually evening here in Seattle, Washington, but good afternoon to you. There you go. When you guys are building a keyboard, make sure that each of these switches sit flush with the plate. By flush, I mean there's no gap between the top housing and the metal plate. It's like literally sitting right on top of it. Because if you don't do that, you'll end up having your keycaps sitting, like some will be higher, some will be lower. The next thing you want to do after this, of course, is to make sure that the switch sits flush with the PCB. But if you could only do one, do the plate. Plate's the most important. Slato says, if you want to get those nice profile side shots of your keys for that Reddit karma farming, listen to Merlin's advice. You know, the thing is, I don't do too much of that. I should. Don Bros Flow says, hi, Mac Merlin. Hello to you too. See, I did tell the customer I was streaming tonight. I wonder if he's watching under a different name than his Discord name. Customer, if you want to reveal yourself, please say hi. Because he's not on. Don Bros, no it is not. This is just going to be the standard layout KBD75. The difference between this and the previous KBD75 I built is instead of 2 1.5Us, it's 3 1Us. They're all like literally the most standard of standard 75s. Has anyone actually done the numpad configuration? I've actually never seen anyone do it. I wonder who KBD fans queried to like get this idea. Second says, nope, I'm here. Oh, perfect. Yeah, this is the first KBD fans board I'm building. Alright, the KBD75 board I'm building with an aluminum plate. No slash, no dot, literally 40%, says Donbro. Xenophobia, I think I might reject those builds. Be like, nope, sorry. But to be fair, Xenophobia, the people who would ask for those boards, or those layouts, would be in Europe, right? And it kind of defeats the purpose of, well, it's going to be a very expensive build to have to ship it to me and to have me ship it back. Spare Time says, premature buyers regret. KBD67 Lite versus this. Don't plan to own many boards. Any advice? Really depends. Which one do you like better? which one looks better to you. I'm not sure what's going in the KBD67 Lite in terms of PCB, so you may not get any ESD protection. Xenophobia wants me to build him an ISO build. Wow. I will have to say, now that I've played with both the aluminum and brass plate variants of this board, the aluminum feels extremely flimsy. Prolosac says the Unicomp 122 keyboards are only in ISO. Interesting. Dropping switches here. I will also say that the switches don't really clip in as tightly as the brass, which is both a good and a bad thing. Earth Sojourner says hello, hello, hello to you too. What do I think about the GMMK Pro? I think, well, I hope it'll be a good board. Other than that, I don't have much to say about it. Flimsy plate equals more give like a PC plate? Probably. Alright, I think I may have just enough switches plugged in to actually put it over the PCB, and I'll just do the sides later on. There we go. Let's lay it over. Actually, wait, before I do that, let's just make sure all of the legs are straight. And sure enough, there was a slightly bent leg. There we go. There we go. Okay. I think we should be good. We should be good. And I'll just lay it over. Lay it over and slowly but surely push all the switches into the PCB. Earth Sojourner says, sent you a PM, must see Keycaps. Nice, I'll check it out later. It's funny, I'm not really seeing anything on Discord, but maybe because I already have so many PMs that it's not really notifying me. You're guessing the GMMK Pro will be like the ID80? Possibly. Like at this point, people don't really know what to expect. I was saying earlier that I do wish GMMK the best, just because this could be very big for our community. Ravia is deemed spoken word. Alright, let me just finish up this one row and then we'll do it. While I'm finishing this up, do you have a particular theme you want me to do it in? The usual. So I guess that's quote-unquote Shakespearean. If that's fine with you. Right, yeah, this is the second part where you want to try and get all the all the switches flush with the PCB. Like, it's not, as long as you get it flush with the plate, you're fine, because you'll avoid all of the mismatched keycaps, like standing, like some will be higher, some will be lower. Like, this isn't gonna affect it too much, it's just looks better. Not that you stare at your PCB after you've built your board, but it's just like a fit and finish thing. Santos Keep says, hey Merlin, hello to you too. Alright, yeah. The more flexible plate is definitely working against me. It's not allowing me to put the switches completely flush. Alright, that's gonna annoy me. So let's do let's do the spoken word first. Let me pull up something here. Spoken word. There we go. Santos Keeps donating 300 bits. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, here we go. Let's just do a bunch. Redo. And we can stop here. There we go. Okay. Govern. What a opportune word for an evening such as this. All right, here goes. Let's go lower the volume for the music. Or pause. Let's pause the music. There we go. Here goes. Ravius, this is just for you. Thank you for redeeming it. You ready? Govern people. Most through follow nation could vary or person. Govern all end. Other part come high. So state down system. Do follow much number. Present right keep. This use hold no. Early world, but form same small. Against both. Open long man. Without must good against child hold. Alright. There we go. Spoken word of the evening. Yeah, if you guys get up to 3,000, you can redeem that too. So relevant, says Xenophobia. So relevant for our country at this moment. Please, open long man. Okay. I'm gonna redo this really quick, just because it's annoying me that I can't get them all flush. Jonah says, please open long man. Eyeball says 60,000 channel points. Well, dude, you're free to use them for whatever. I know you've been using them for like the hydrate command. See, I got about half my mug left. Yeah, I think Xenophobia has been here since the very beginning. This is coming up to my 2nd year on Twitch now, actually. So for those of you who have been here since the beginning. There we go. Okay. So, the strategy is to actually only keep the middle ones in here. Let's push the others out. You have a plan for these though. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Scares me a little bit. What is this plan that you talk about? Weirdest flex? Probably. Just to show everyone that you have so many points. Is my music playing? Yep, my music is playing. Or if I have like another... If I have like another thing to like throw in. Oh yeah, since I have a few of you guys here, come end of the month I will be posting a lot of stuff that I need to get rid of on the Discord server. So if any of you are interested in cheap boards, cheap key sets, or just random keyboard stuff, definitely pay attention. Pay close attention. Santos Keeb says, any plans to get Vega or Portico? I am most interested in the Vega, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm like interested in so many boards, but of course you can't just buy them all, right? Stray Coma says, hello Merlin, and chat, hello to you too. Hope you're having a good evening or a good afternoon or wherever you may be. Hove says, I feel like I'm the only person in the community that can't break 100 words per minute, hover between 75 and 85. Any tips on building speed while maintaining accuracy? To be honest, like I feel like for an entire decade I was on 70 to 80 words per minute. I didn't really get to 100 words per minute until I started doing all these typing tests. But, you know, it's not like you need to type at over 100. In fact, on my usual day-to-day typing, I don't type 100 words per minute. That's only on my typing tests. Like in reality, I'm probably like typing at 70 or like 80. Sure. The average typing speed is 40, so you type fast. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, hold on. How to get better? Switch to ortho? I don't think that necessarily gets you better. I think that gets you probably... I'd say that gets you confused rather than better. Yeah, Santos Keys, this is my Hive 60, currently enjoying it very much as a 60%. I thought I was done with 60s, and then I got this board. I was like, oh, not bad. Also, because it's made here in Seattle, Washington. More specifically, Everett, Washington. By the way, what Vega color you're aiming at? I don't know. Like, board color is always such a hard thing for me to decide on. I'm normally a gray and silver person, right? Gray and silver are my two like stand-ins, but I feel like almost all my boards are gray or silver, so I'm trying to branch out to something else. But then I worry that key sets that I buy won't match it, right? Keep dropping switches. Alright, I'll just grab that switch. Actually, I'll forget it. Whew. Am I joining in on JTK Night Sakura? I like JTK, but I don't like the Sakura color, so I'm gonna say no. Probably gonna save up for something else. What that something else is, I have no clue at this moment. I think I might get one of these ePBT ABS sets, especially now that I like how they look. Much cheaper too, much cheaper. Much more relevant to my pocketbook. JTK Classic Retro, I don't really like those colors either. I think I'm gonna wait for JTK Royal Alpha. JTK Royal Alpha, or let's see, what's another one that's coming out? Probably another white on black set or a black on white set. It's probably the two JTK sets I want next. Like, I really should have gotten in on Suited Assassin. I think I was trying to get Infinity Port at the time. JTK Hallyu, I'm not a big fan of Hallyu. What's my take on GMK Pixel? I think it's alright. Like, I have a feeling I might be getting it mixed up with another set. There's too many GMK sets, can't possibly remember all of them. Especially the ones that are in IC or Group Buy. Oh, also, not sure if you guys noticed, but Serica's making a comeback this December, apparently. That's another set I really, really like. GMK Serica, yep, GMK Serica, I believe Zambomon made the announcement. Okay, I think that's a fair number of switches to start with. Let's try again. Let's try again. I get really annoyed when I can't make the switches sit flush with the PCB. So hopefully just minimizing it to just these will do the trick. I'm actually pretty confident that it will. Hallyu and Cat Napoleonic. Yeah. Twit says hello Merlin, hello to you too. Yeah, nothing fancy tonight, just water. Figured I should drink something healthier rather than all my sweet beverages or my alcoholic beverages, you know. Yep, that's certainly better. I think we'll start with that. Santos Keep says Zambupon? Oh wait. You're responding to someone else. Earth Sojourner says Merlin, how do you enable caps lock LEDs? Usually you just press your caps lock and it turns on. Well, it depends if the board actually has it implemented or not. If you need a reason, don't get it. That's true. If you need a reason to buy something, you're probably not that interested in it, which is actually what I do. Like, I've noticed that if I look at a set and I'm not immediately like drawn to it, I'm probably not gonna buy it. Hairless says, I'm struggling to code status LEDs on your KBD8X. That should have already been taken care of. If it's not been taken care of, that's a bug. Alright, we got all the center ones in. That should be good. Right. Are they flush? All these switches flush? Seem like it. Yep, they look good. Look good. We can start doing the others. Actually, just to make sure that the plate doesn't fight us back, I'm going to start soldering it. Pardon me while I turn on my fume extractor. All right, we are good. We are good. I should be able to put all the rest of the switches in. And the plate should no longer budge. Hopefully, right? Hopefully. Static says that Hive 60 is still on the desk. Yeah, you love how the paint is coming off a bit in high touch areas. Gives it a neat look. It's a custom paint job. Not sure if any of you guys play guitar, but a few years ago, Fender, which is a popular guitar manufacturer, they started releasing guitars that had the weathered look. And of course, you had to pay extra money for this weathered look. And quite honestly, it looked like someone just like slapped it a few times, sanded off a few things, and you paid like an extra $300 for that. So yeah, this is the weathered look, premium edition of the Hive 60. Only available through Macmillan. Are these the inks I lubed on my previous stream? Indeed they are. Though I've lubed quite a bit more since that stream. I think that last stream I did, I only lubed like 20, 30 of them. This is the whole deal. And it looks like I just used the last tub of solder there, so let me grab my other pack. Spare Time says, why don't you like Band-Aid mods? So, here's the thing. You got a question. What is the purpose of the Band-Aid mod? Purpose of the Band-Aid mod is so that when you press on a stabilized key, that stem part of the stabilizer comes into contact with a Band-Aid, and thus it dampens it, and it also prevents it from rattling. See, that's the purpose of why people do Band-Aid mods. But here's the thing. That stem never actually really contacts the PCB unless you press a key down like this. Or, well, not even that will make it contact it. You need like, it's like depending on how flexible your plate is, just pressing it down alone won't do it. You actually have to like be mad and press it really hard. Right? So that doesn't happen. But people still can hear the rattling sound. And the rattling sound is the reason why people still do Band-Aid mod. But here's the thing. If you lube it correctly, the rattling will be gone. So here, the question is, would you rather the stem hit Band-Aid or hit air, right? So in my opinion, the Band-Aid mod is completely useless. And it is a mod used by people who can't lube properly. And it's since been passed down throughout the whole community as one of the things that you have to do. But no, it's not. It's just because it's what you want to do if you can't lube properly. Ashley Co has subscribed. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's like as you quote unquote grow up in this hobby, you'll hear lots of things that people tell you that you should do, like, oh, you need to lube, you need to film, you need to Band-Aid mod, you need to do this, you need to do that, and people take it as gospel without questioning why they have to do it. They just think it's a blanket statement that's true for every build. It's not true. It's not true. You need to question why you're doing such a thing and is it applicable to your build. Like just the other day, someone new to the community had heard that lubing was done for everything, right? So they were like, oh, okay. Someone said that, oh, once I buy these new JWK switches, I need to instantly lube them because they're rough. And I'm like, have you tried JWK switches before? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, figure out if they're actually rough for you or not first before you even attempt lubing. Because JWK switches are probably some of the smoothest switches I've ever tried stock. Sumac says, that's good to know. I always thought you have to Band-Aid mod to get the stab to sound better. Okay, so here's where the preference comes in. Does the stab hitting the Band-Aid, does that sound better to you than the stab hitting air? Which one sounds better? I believe that stabs should be silent, that you shouldn't hear them at all. So to me, like the stab stem hitting air should be silent. And to me, that sounds better. Earth Sojourner says, I have a left side rattle on my spacebar, driving me crazy. Any other tips other than lubing it? What kind of stabs are you running on it? Could also be that. Problem is, you soldered an 1800 board. Oof. Spare Time says, planning on getting direct silence. Would you lube film if your goal is quietness? Here's the thing. Lubing is meant to smooth out your switch. It should never be used as a means to silence your switch. Does lubing silence your switch? Yes, but it's more of like it's like a byproduct of lubing. So if you're aiming for silence, I'd say lube it, but don't lube it to silence it, you know? If you get what that means. It'll improve it, but not make it silent. No. If you lube a switch, so the main purpose of lubing is to smooth out your switch. But if you lube your switch, the byproduct of that, like, it will also happen to be a little bit smoother. So a lot of people, when they lube, especially if they're new, they equate silence with being well lubed. So they're lubing their switch, trying it out, and be like, it's not silent yet. I'll keep lubing. Keep lubing. Oh, still not silent. Oh, it's finally silent. This is well lubed. But then if you actually touch that switch, you feel that it's really over lubed. Like, sure, it's silent, but it's over lubed. Like, for example, I've got this mauve switch here. This one I feel is very silent, even though it's not a silent switch, but it's a lot more silent than its counterparts, than its unlubed counterparts. And this one, you can feel the lube in it. Like so. Like, do not lube your switches to silence them. Just lube them normally. Remember, less is more, yeah. Yeah, it's like, I've encountered a lot of people who said, oh, I was listening to my switch to see if I had lubed it properly, and I'm like, that's not the way to lube it. Switch quality control can be iffy, absolutely. Yay. There we go. See, Earth Sojourner says, I saw a particular YouTube video talking about JWK silent switches. They need lube and film to properly silent them. Here's the thing. Properly silent, what does that mean? That means a lot to different people. Like, I believe no switch needs film, no switch needs lube to properly work. Right? Yeah, JWK is super smooth out of the box. That's the thing. But yet we've got this notion in our community that you still have to lube them. Like, you still need to lube them. I say that's not true at all. Only lube if you want more smoothness. Oh, here we go. Would you recommend lubing JWKs? I would recommend lubing it if you feel it's not smooth enough. If it's smooth enough for you, then lube it or not. Up to you. There's no like hard rule where you have to lube every single switch. Like I said, recommended? Absolutely. But is it needed? Depends on your particular situation, your particular preferences. Like personally, every switch that I've lubed has always felt better to me. Even something like a Gateron yellow. Let's see, Manchi says for JWK, I don't think the lube makes it any smoother. It makes it sound lower pitched. It does make it sound smoother and also feel smoother. Case in point, I've got this guy right here. This guy's a bit over lubed though, but there's some instances where it's actually lubed properly. Yeah, these are switches that someone sent me. Would I recommend lubing silent reds? So before the advent of silent linear switches, other than cherry ones, people were taking silent red stems and putting them into Zelio or Telio housings and lubing it there. Those were called MX Silents. So to answer your question, would I recommend lubing silent reds? If you feel there is something missing in silent reds, then lube them. That is my recommendation. If you feel they are fine, then don't lube them. But for me, for someone with my lubing capabilities, with my experience, every switch I have lubed has always turned out for the better. Tangerines feel just as the same before and after lubing. You might not be lubing it properly. Am I into artisan collecting? I'm not actually. That is one part of the hobby that I've never really dabbled in, just because, you know, some of these artisans are just like 50 bucks, 100 bucks, sometimes up to 200 bucks. I can never bring myself to spend that much money on such a small item. You know, it's just, I guess, it's like a mental thing. It's not like it's jewelry, right? Alright, I'm going to solder half the board. Minami says, have you tried spray lube? No, I have not. I don't think spray lube would do the accurate lubing that I usually try to do. Yeah, $200 for an artisan, that's just too much money. Too rich for my blood. Like, if you've got the money to do it, and you actually want it, go right on ahead. More power to you. But for someone like me, no way. Would definitely not do it. Do I have any favorite tactile switches? It's been a while since I've been into tactile, but the last tactiles I really liked were Holy Pandas. Holy Pandas and Zelios, actually. V2s. Like, whenever Tiny's in town, I like hang out with her. And, you know, she's a artisan maker, right? But I've never been like, oh, Tiny, can I have some of your artisans? Can you sell me some of that? I'm like, nah. It's just never interested me. Not sure if you like the silky feeling of lube tangerines. Yeah, sometimes too smooth is too smooth for people. Like, they're not into that stuff. Like, you know, sometimes you want to actually feel the switch. Yeah, this is exactly why I tell people, no, you don't have to lube the switch. Try it out first, see if it's good enough for you, see if you actually like it. Because believe it or not, I've had some people, after lubing, they're like, I don't like the switch anymore, I wish I hadn't lubed. And in some cases, it's because they were very poor lubers. But there have been cases where someone who, you know, someone actually paid someone else to like lube it. And then when it got to them, they were like, nah, I kind of liked it stock better. Doesn't happen often, but it does happen. But, you know, your mileage may vary. Just because the prevailing opinion is to lube every switch doesn't mean you need to do it too. Disclaimer, I do lube all my linears because that's what I like and that's what works for me. See, MG Cat says, I personally like stock silent reds, creams on the other hand. Yeah, you know? Figure out what works for you. Broken in creams ain't too bad. Took you 3 months. Yeah, sometimes it can take that long. Yeah, for my creams, I didn't even bother breaking them in. They're still like sitting sitting in a plastic bag, ready to be lubed whenever I have time. For the previous KBD75 that I built, it was also brand new creams, which the customer asked me to lube. I was like, yep, not gonna have time to break these in. Worth breaking in 100%? Sure. But I don't think it's worth my time to do it. Vintage creams, oh my gosh. It's the new hype product. Like, imagine, I wonder, like, 30 years from now, what switches and what keyboards in our community today will still be working, or will still be desirable 30 years from now. Like, you know, everyone's been mentioning, like, the new GMMK Pro 75% keyboard. Like, this might be the start of making customs really affordable. Like, 30 years ago, like 30 years from now, someone's gonna be like, what? You bought a Satisfaction 75 aftermarket for $3,000? Dude, you can buy one of those for 70 bucks these days, right? You just never know. "30 years from now, what's a keyboard?" Yeah, 30 years from now, we're just gonna, like, computers will just mind read us. We'll be able to type telepathically, we'll be able to, you know, store data in our brains. You guys ever watch Johnny Mnemonic with Keanu Reeves? Young Keanu Reeves. I think that there was like a talking dolphin in that movie too, if I remember correctly. Or was it a telepathic dolphin? I can't remember. Does anyone know? Was it a telepathic dolphin or was it a talking dolphin? Or was there even a dolphin? Maybe I'm misremembering. I guess no one knows. Might be before your guys' time. No, actually, when did Johnny Mnemonic come out? I think it was like mid to late 90s, back when... What was it? Back when Keanu Reeves was doing that movie with Sandra Bullock, Speed. It was right before The Matrix, I think. They do have hologram keyboards now. Yeah, they do actually. Where they just project it onto a flat surface. You just type on the flat surface. Oh jeez. Get Some was born in 99. First Matrix film was 1999. Dang. Dude. When Matrix Reloaded came out, I think this was the third one or something. The third one. It was during SARS season in Taiwan, and I defied my parents to go watch it with my friends. Mom was so pissed at me. But it was a great summer. Lawnmower Man? I may have watched that movie when I was young. I can't remember. It had to deal with like virtual reality, right? Alright. Matrix Reloaded was mid 2003. Yep. That's the one. There's a Lawnmower Man sequel. Man. Yeah, I can't even remember if I watched the first one, so if I ever watch it, I'm gonna have to start from the very beginning. I'm gonna make a big assumption here, and that it's probably a guy who was a lawnmower man, and he discovered that he had an aptitude for computers. Maybe. Yeah, this was like in the 90s, right? Where like the internet was so new. So everything about computers was such a novel concept. It was like science fiction. Something like that. So awfulest. Okay, after the stream, I might have to go look up like the Wikipedia entry on it. Cause you've got me curious. Lawnmower Man. Let's see. SCND customer, if you are still online, I'm gonna say this is probably one of my smoother Gateron ink jobs. Kind of regret filming your inks. It's too muted. Let's see, my inks are not filmed. The ones on my Volcano 660. Can't wait to type on them yourself. Yeah. Yeah, I did not film my own inks, but I did lube them. Like, I'm not sure how much filming improves this switch. I think it's already a very good switch. So I'm not really sure if the film does anything. This is magic lube. Film sounds pretty nice. You're using desk keys ones. Those should be fairly similar. Let's balance it all together. Yeah, it's true. It's still not bent. Also, why do beginners always over lube? I don't know, maybe it's lack of research, or they don't have something to compare to, like they don't know what a good switch is supposed to sound like. When someone says, only use a little bit of lube, you know, and you have nothing to compare it to, you're gonna be like, okay, that seems to be a little bit. Wipe. Oh, yep, my switch definitely feels smooth. You know? It's like every now and then we get people asking, so how many milliliters or how many ounces of lube do I use per switch? And it's just kind of like, don't really have a good answer for that. But if we did have an answer, that would be very useful for people. There we go. I got pretty much most of the main keys on. Back to soldering. Realized I haven't really drank any water. Apply 5 microns to the switch. 2.5 on one rail, 2.5 on the other. Imagine if we were actually that exact. How many people could actually follow that? Okay, everyone on chat. If you read instructions that said that, apply 5 microns, would you actually be able to do it? Like, what would you do in order to follow it? Would you grab like a scale of some sort? Xenophobia says 100% no. Well, you know, if you were a builder like me, 5 microns would be easy. In fact, I could even do 1 micron accuracy. Ooh. Just throwing the guide an option if it says that. Yeah. Don't noob shame me, says Xenophobia. That's what happens, man. Use surgical syringe, says Mounchi. Could work. That could work, but imagine how much more time it would take to lube. Imagine like rankings in the community. It'd be like, oh, so-and-so, he's not that good. He's a 15 micron luber. Oh, Teha types, he's really good. He's up to 2 microns. Bacon and Tuna says, how many folks pay for someone to lube switches for them? This job was paid for. This particular customer paid me to lube their switches. Tolerance of 0.1 micron, man. I don't even think factories could do that. Mounchie's at MK subreddit. We don't gatekeep here. Also, MK subreddit. You're not a 10 microgram luber noob. Origin Technology says, what do you think of the GMMK Pro affect the group buy? I think it would be great. I think GMMK doing that is great for our community. I feel like in the last 2 years we've grown a lot, but it's also in terms of our own manufacturing, things have just grown stagnant, and we started to accept the fact that group buys take a year. And the only way to get great boards is to have a group buy, and you know, it's understandable why. Like, I don't think any vendor in our community right now can be like, oh, we're gonna do 3,000 of those boards at 600 each. We'll pay it up front so our customers can buy them in stock. So yeah, I think GMMK being such a large company and most likely very financially backed, I'm glad that they're able to do this, lower the cost. I'd say it's both good, so it challenges our community in that way, but also bad because there's a bunch of smaller vendors in our community, and you know, like, if they can't differentiate their product very well, it makes it all the more difficult. Now keep in mind, GMMK probably pays actual engineers to develop their boards. You know, not just someone who happens to learn KeyCap through the IO3 guide. Santos says, Merlin, do you have a gray Polaris on site? No, I do not. I did not join the Polaris group buy. It was not a keyboard I was interested in at the time. But of course, you know, immediately after it stopped doing group buy, I was like, maybe I should have bought one. Don't you love it when that happens? You don't make up your mind till after the group buy. Alan says, didn't get a notification. Okay. When you don't join the group buy, you pay the premium in the second-hand market. Exactly. And because of that, we get lots of scalpers. Scalpers, flippers, all that good stuff. Just like sneakers, yeah. And you know what's even worse than that? I remember when the NK65 budget first came out. Obviously not everyone could get one, right? And Mike of Novelkeys was receiving death threats. Like, seriously. Oh, Earth Sojourner, thank you. Same with Alan. Like, imagine sending death threats over a keyboard. Over a $90 keyboard. A death threat. Everyone's doing hydrate. Take a little bit. Death threats weekly over group buys, like... I feel like people sending the death threats are probably children. You know? Okay, so as some of you know, I play a game called Crunker. You know, Crunker is an online FPS game. I think I played it on stream once. I am by no means a pro, but I did play my fair share of competitive Counter-Strike back when I was in high school, so I'm okay, right? So I was doing really well in this match, and there's one kid, like, I'm pretty sure he was a kid, he just got so mad at me for beating him, and he said he was gonna dox me, he was gonna find out my IP address, he was gonna come over, blah 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 blah. All the threats in the world you could think of, and I'm just kind of like, I'm just trying to have fun here, man. Malcolm says Pronker. No, it's Crunker. Crunker with a K. Krunker. Online FPS. It's kind of like Minecraft meets Counter-Strike. Not a particularly graphic-intensive game, so yeah. You can apparently play it on a Chromebook just fine. Have I tried Valorant? Valorant's only available on PC at the moment, right? Mounchi says, me and the boys play Crunker during class. Nice. Please tell me you are not that kid. Yeah, Valorant's only PC. I run a Hackintosh here. One v1 you in Crunker? Sure. Well, one of these days. We'll see. Or Rigid Technology says, thank you for answering 100 bits. Thank you. Thank you for your generous donation. And Mounty subscribed with Prime as well. Thank you. Xenophobia says, are we ever gonna see the return of the best gaming stage? Okay. You guys are gonna laugh at me about this, but if you remember, I started doing Nintendo Switch gaming. But the thing is, like, I bought it because I was bored during this outbreak season, you know? So I started playing it, and I was playing this game called the Lacrimosa of Dana, which I've forgotten how insanely good JRPGs are. So I played it, thought I could only play it during the stream, but I got so into it that I'd be playing it till like 2 in the morning or stuff, trying to like min-max my character and all that. And at the end of it all, I'm just like, wow, that was a terrific game to play. And as soon as I finished it, I never touched my Switch again. Mounty subscribing with Twitch Prime, thank you. But who knows, I might get back into it, we'll see. I'm not so much a console gamer these days, but if Genshin Impact ever makes it to Nintendo Switch, we might do some Genshin Impacting. Xenophobia says, oof. Weeb Merlin in the house. Bacon and Tuna just found out that Amazon owns Twitch. Yup, Amazon owns Twitch. So from what I've heard, they still operate as a separate entity. People who work for Twitch are still working for Twitch. Just that, like, Amazon is just the parent company now. Of course, there's different chains of command, but in terms of the people they work for, it's still roughly the same processes and everything. So, you know, that's what I hear through the grapevine. Alright, we can... I think... Oh, you know what? I'm getting lots of solder flux on my mat. Should have done this from the beginning. There we go. Hammer Brother says, howdy Merlin, howdy to you too. I've got all this flux on my desk. Good enough. Alright, time to figure out the bottom row. If I'm not mistaken. You still use that 3 stack of desk mats on your desk? Yes, I am currently using 3 stacks of desk mats right now. There we go. That is the correct one. Oh, I should turn off my soldering iron while I'm doing this. Alright. Grab the key set. Redeemed hydrate, thank you. Alright, let's do this. Control. GUI, or Windows key, I guess, in this case. Last but not the least, Alt. There we go. Perfect. Is it flush? Yes, it is flush. Orija says spacebar looks crooked. I didn't push it all the way in. There we go. And then I have to do the 3 1Us here. So does this set have those 3 1Us? Probably do. Where are they? Either Control and Alt. Let's put the FN key there too. Why does Cherry get so much hate? I don't know what kind of hate you're talking about, but they are like quote unquote very generic switches at this point. Control. Come on. Orija Technology, thanks for joining in. There we go. And just to be absolutely sure, let me grab an arrow key here. Perfect, that works. Oh, that feels so good. Alright, okay. We're good. We can solder these all in. Solder, solder, solder. Solder, 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 and we should be done. I'll have to check the PCB, make sure all is well. And we'll clean it up a bit. and we'll assemble the board. Okay. Let's make this easy again. Right there on the top. Let's make that an R. There we go. Key tester. Let's do this. Perfect. Perfect, everything works. Hooray! Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, we can finally put the board together. Let's see, do I need access to some holes here? Yes, I do. Any holes here? Yep, also need a hole right there. Okay. Let's put this board together. Put the board together. Go. Unscrew it first. Oh, it's not missing screws. I checked it before we put it together, or before we took the board apart. I learned from that previous build. Just gotta be super careful about these things. Why is it not coming out? How do you PM someone on Reddit? I think you just go to their post, click on their name, it'll bring you to their page, and then underneath it on the right hand side there should be something like message this person. Takes a fair bit of navigation to find it, so I don't blame you for not finding it really quick. Base can't just follow, thank you. What? Why can't you come out? Okay, this is where I have to use a different screwdriver. There we go. Redeemed hydrate, thank you. Do I have any Gazoo silent linear? No, I don't. I don't actually have, like, I think the only silent linears I have are my Helios. What? What? Why won't you come out, stupid screw? What in the world? Here. Earth Sojourner put you on a rabbit hole, down a rabbit hole of different decisions. Sorry, not sorry. Tends to happen a lot here. Okay, that screw is definitely loose. It's just not coming out? I can hear it jiggling. Okay. Let's try again. Waiting for group buys to ship is awful. Yeah, unfortunately that's one of the things that you just have to get used to in this hobby. There's really no way around it. Slowly dying inside. Oh, it's not that bad. You'll survive. Just forget about it for a year. Why won't this screw come out? Oh, there we go. Whew. Finally. All right. There we go. Time to commence with the peeling. Redeemed hydrate. Oh, no, redeemed highlight my message. There we go. What board am I using up there? You can find out by executing the exclamation point keyboard command, but this is the Hive 60. Oh, looks like Xenophobia executed it. It is a gasket mount 60%, manufactured here in Everett, Washington, for a cool 270 bucks. Group buy already passed though. But chances are it might be available again. It's because everything's built in-house. We'll see. What would make it a must? If I say it's good. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully I can get my hands on one. Like, so far everything on paper makes it look good. But, you know, what it says on paper isn't always the whole story. Yep, the paint is coming off of the Hive. I didn't do a Very thorough job painting it. Literally had only 2 days to paint it and everything before the stream. Strong recommend. I don't know yet. We'll see. Did he decline his rating with a party of 24? Dude, thank you so much. Speaking of local Seattle people, Didi Decline is here in Seattle, Washington as well. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for joining in, everyone. I am in the middle of finishing up the KBD75 and I almost dropped the top case. I'm going to put this down on the floor. Yeah, I'm peeling off the paper from the acrylic piece. Right there. So once this is done, we just have to put the whole board together. The strong yes if you took an L on the Satisfaction 75. People should call this board the Consolation 75. That should be its street name. The Consolation 75. There we go. There we go. Okay. Goes like that. And then we've got the dampener right here. See, Immortal Typhlosion now has a PCB. Awesome. Congratulations. I feel like I didn't figure this out on the last build yet either, but let's see, does it go? Where does it go exactly? Because look, it's got cutouts. It's got cutouts for the RGB underglow. But when you put it out like this, it's not really well supported. I think what needs to happen is another piece of foam needs to go here, if I'm not mistaken. Because I believe this one actually goes on the PCB itself. How to do this? Yeah, I think it's missing. It's missing some foam. Yeah, it's got cutouts for the RGB, so this part goes on the PCB. But if you think about it, the PCB then goes on here, and you end up having the foam sag here in the middle. So I think we just need to cut out some extra foam just to fill up this middle space. Here we go. Here we go. Acrylic layer first. Well, that's the thing. Acrylic layer first wouldn't make sense because the cutouts for the RGB are right there. So this implies that this goes against the PCB. So we're just going to cut some foam out here. There we go. A little bit short. Let's cut another piece out. Is that the Fred Meyer foam? It is the Magic cover, and I figured someone would ask that question, so here we go. This is the exact brand that I use. Solid grip liner, Magic cover. Quite literally magic. Okay, there we go. That's better. Just have to cut stuff out here now. Okay, it's about the right width. Foam name fits your channel's name. Well, that's the whole reason I bought it. As soon as I saw it, I'm just like, you know, this has got to be the foam that I use all the time. The most magical of foams. And if you guys have your keyboards built by me, I will put magic foam in it too. Gnarly Charlie, here's the thing. It may rest on it, right? But there's this whole open space on the bottom that causes the foam itself to sag. So if I put extra foam in it, it won't sag as much. What foam is this? It's magic foam. Literally magic foam. Only available here on my channel. No, there's a full acrylic layer that goes down before the foam. You're talking about this acrylic layer right here? Okay, here. Let me explain what's happening here. Look, this foam itself has holes for the RGB. So this has to go against the PCB. Here. Here's the PCB, right? It goes against the PCB. You guys see how the RGB lines up with the holes? Then this goes on top here. Right? So let's check out the PCB for a while, and I put that right there. The foam rests on the acrylic piece, but there's this whole centerpiece that makes it sag. Right? You didn't put foam in yours? Well, you know, there's this thing about magic foam. Magic foam also makes it sound better. And here we go. I can actually do that like this. Okay, sure. It's not available on Amazon, I'm sorry. It's not a naturally occurring foam. It's only magical because it's blessed by me. Says Homogeneo. This is what I hate most about doing foam and putting it over screw holes, because you need to find like the right hole. This is where it starts getting ugly, because you're like, oh, those holes aren't that great looking. I have seen other builds though. Is it the homogeneo? Yes, it is. It is that the homogeneo. Magic Man, Magic Phone, Magic Laugh. Everything on this channel is magic. Okay. Yep. Not really doing a good job with these holes, but you know, it is what it is. Sorry, STND, this might possibly be some of the ugliest foam you will have, but at least it's magic. Just think about it that way. At least it's magic. You'll feel all the more better about it. Magical foam is greater than pretty foam. Yup. Exactly it. You got two more right there. A sharpened metal screw. I suppose that could work too. Okay. There we go. Oh, one more here. Let's just cut a nice one there. Xenophobia closest tab. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, no one likes my arts and crafts. There. Okay. There we go. Some wonderful foam. Not the prettiest. Hole punch. Ooh, that's a good idea. Okay, next time I'm gonna grab a hole puncher. There we go. See, it still sags a bit, but it's better supported now. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Okay, I should go and grab a hole puncher. Hole puncher is actually a really good idea. Thanks for bringing it up. All right, here we go. Ooh, we're actually running pretty late tonight. Too many distractions. Here, I'm gonna assume the gold screws are what goes from the plate into the case, and the silver screws are the actual case screws, because that's what the silver screws in the case were for. There we go. Hopefully I'm right. Oh, thank God, these are magnetic. Long stream. Longer stream. Also going slower than intended. Leather punches are best, but kind of unnecessary. Oh, I did not know that that was a thing. You're enjoying stream so far? Why thank you. I think I need like 3 more of these. Oops. I will have to go on Amazon to find some leather punches. I never knew that that was a thing, to be honest. Well, I miscounted. We could use 1 more screw here. Manchi says good night. Good night to you too, and thanks for joining in. That's not a screw hole. Oh, shoots. Go. There we go. All screws should be in. Let's tighten them up a bit. All right, let's do the Dairy Queen test. Nope. Everything's good. Nothing shaking, nothing rattling. Perfect, that's good. All right, let's put the top case on. Top case. There we go. Okay, this is where we need those silver screws. This is a personal build? No, this is a customer's build. Customer is actually watching right now. Oh, great. I forgot. These are not magnetic. Can't wait to hear the sound. Like, honestly, that small bit of foam that I put in isn't going to make a huge difference. Simply because KBD fan sells the exact same thing, and the other KBD75 that I build, I did not perceive a difference. So, you know, it's probably going to be like the same thing. Customer here. The CND. It's magic foam. The magic foam will definitely do wonders. More wonders than any kind of other foam you'll ever find. Okay, last screw, and we should be good. Are the bump bumps going to be installed too? Yes, they are. I think on the previous KBD7 build, that was the only thing that I could install. Unfortunately, because there were no other screws. There we go, there we go. Not bad. Alright, bump-ons. Any chance of doing a GB for the Merlin hat? Why do a GB when it's in stock? It's in stock on like Amazon, so you know. I doubt I could get it for much cheaper. It's already at $6.99. Alright, here we go. So one thing I notice with KBD Fans board is sometimes the top and bottom half aren't exactly the same color. Such is the case with this board. Okay, let's put on the rest of these caps. Page up. Page down. And end. Okay. As basic as it goes. Okay. I think we're good. We are good. Let's do a little bit of cleanup here. Pretty, yeah, I know, it looks really pretty. It's definitely the kind of aesthetic I like in a board. Check that out. Let's make sure all the keycaps are pressed in properly. There we go, perfect. Okay, let's see how that underglow looks. Okay, underglow still shows up just fine. Perfect, perfect. The sound of this is making you want Gateron Inks, yeah. Here, let me just clean up a little bit more here. What switches are those? These are lubed and filmed Gateron Inks. There we go. So let's see. Here, this is the spoken word I did earlier. Let's see how it goes. Oops. I screwed up. Let's try again. 119 words per minute, 85% accuracy. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's try that a few more times before we end the stream here. It's because my stupid mic is in the way. Let's see if I can put it any better. Here, let's try that. That's probably a little bit better. 139, 96%. Yeah, it sounds really good. And keep in mind, this is a tray mount board. I've been noticing a lot lately that people have been saying, oh, don't get tray mount, it sucks, it's not gonna sound good, but you know. There, a couple more. That's not what I meant. One more. One last one. One last one. There we go. 133 words per minute. There we go. Yeah, I like it. Sounds good. Sounds very good. I wish I had the other KBD75 built because that one had creams. Creams, brass plate, and what else was different about it? Creams, brass plate, and oh, I forgot what else. But yeah, hopefully I could compare it to this one, but this one sounds pretty good. Sounds really good. Keyboard sounds like when you're chopping hard chocolates. I've never chopped hard chocolates before. But yeah, this was a joy to build. This was scheduled for this past Saturday, but because I've had car troubles, had to reschedule it to Thursday nights. Thursday nights I'm usually doing whatever, and I guess this fit the bill. There you go. Wow, what are those keycaps? These are ePBT ABS Olivetti, available on KBD Fans, and I'm sure AliExpress and all that other stuff. Yeah, I'd say it looks closer to Triumph Adler, to be honest. Like ASMR cooking, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Here, I'm gonna see if I can get that underglow to work any better. Let's see. Lighting. Probably yellow's not the best color for this. Let's try green. Does green work? Let's do... solid color and green. Here, I'm gonna lift up the board. You can see that. Is that a close enough color to... Let's see if we can color match it. There we go. That looks pretty good. That looks really good, actually. Color matched. Color matched to the keycaps. Awesome. That boy with Twitch says, are those Olivia on the other one? Yes, Olivia on the other one. Yep. It's a Hive 60 prototype. All right. Pretty good. Pretty good so far. Like your choice in keycaps. This is, well, this is definitely to my aesthetic, but these keycaps are from the customer. He chose these keycaps, so I put them on his board. But definitely, this is the kind of colorway that I like. I like lighter colored alphas and lighter colored mods too, but I don't mind if they're darker. Yeah. I'm going to type on these a few more days, and if I still like them after a week, I might just buy them from KBD fans as well. Yeah, man, this sounds and feels very good to me right now. I will have to say that they feel... against GMK is definitely smoother. This one has a very porous feel on it. Almost feels like PBT, to be honest. Like here, this one's a PBT. Yeah, that feels like PBT. Solji says, poor man singer. Hey, don't say that. Yeah, let's see. Anything else here? Nope, I don't have any other key sets within reachable distance. But yeah, I like it. I like how the board turned out. I'm going to try and have a typing test of this by the end of the week. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, just to recap this entire episode, built a KBD75v2 for a customer. It has lubed and filmed Gateron black inks. I've lubed them with 205G0. It's using an aluminum plate, and this is ePBT ABS Olivia. I mean, sorry, not Olivia, Olivetti. So yeah, there you go. Hold that up for everyone to see. There we go. Alright guys, let's see, it is currently 10:54 p.m. here in Seattle, Washington. I'd like to thank everyone who was here since the very, very beginning. Thank you for joining in. Oh, Alan said rip my spoken word. When did you do spoken word? Spoken word. Okay, well, okay, we'll do the spoken word really quick. Here goes, here goes. Let's do this really quick before I end. Alan, any particular style you want me to attempt? Do Barack Obama. Well, you're not the guy who redeemed it. Alan, any particular style? Or did Alan already leave? Did Alan already leave? Oh, I can choose? That's no fun. I'm just gonna go like the default one. Okay, well, yeah, I'll just do the default one. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Alan, this is for you. Spoken word redeemed at 3,000. Homonaut. Through number govern, before face, great against public. Much few hand plan, make good, when could only out both. Order many, how man in leave increase. Head where get, can into program possible. Also much good, want govern give last, from great down when out, much out. There we go. Alright, that's it. It's time to end the stream. Thanks everyone for watching. My next stream will be this coming Saturday, in which I will be building a Cyber Voyager with Holy Panda. So tune in this Saturday at 1:30 p.m. PST. And yeah, watch me build another keyboard. Alright guys, hope you have a good rest of your evening, or morning, or afternoon, wherever you are, and I will see you when I see you. Good night, everyone.